Hello and welcome back to Ultimate Marble Racing Season 1. Had a little break and we are back with the last few races remaining. We're on race 18 of 22 on the Dune Canyon Stadium. So this is an elimination race, the last elimination race I'm pretty sure of the season. Which means if you DNF within the points, you still get points, you do not lose out. So I've seen this in a showcase, but a quick look around the track just as a reminder. So this has been slightly updated. I don't see too much visibly changed about it. So maybe there's a little bit less DNFs in the latest update, I'm not too sure. Because in the original showcase and testing, the DNF rate was quite high, which is why it went in as an elimination race. So let's get everybody into their starting positions here. And we'll go through the grid so you can see where everyone is starting today's race. So let's get started. As the lights count down. And they make their way down to the ladder to start this race. So it looks like Akane is going to jump on in first. Everyone's going to pile up behind. So we're going to have a big fight for second place here. This is 6 laps around this track. So everyone getting on fairly close together here, with Akane making a bit of a break at the top of the ladder. So we'll see how everyone comes off the other end here. So Akane on the move, down into the jump, across clean. So the next row come across into the first corner quite hard. There is a barrier there to try and prevent people bouncing out. And then over the bridge here. This is one spot that people can fly out if they get a bad bounce into this bowl. Also, there are a couple of people having trouble on the bridge. Westport and Dazza. Dazza's been set free. Westport now breaking free and hitting Shona in the bowl. So we'll see who will get down through the middle of the bowl first here. Shona's going to come back in and bump into Snorker and Logan. Barto colliding with Just in Time and Dom. Could slow them down, help them get in earlier. Almost colliding with Boer. They're going to just miss Dazza as well. We've got a big group up here to the left, making their way around together. It looks like Crimson, no, Alice dropping down just in front of Crimson. So they're going to make their way up to the next bowl here. Crimson actually getting a straight route down. Going to drop to the next section already. Big bounce there. And up to the ladder in first. No one else close behind currently. And also we've lost Logan off the edge of this bowl. So Logan is our first DNF of this race. Just starting to see a few people drop down and making their way over to the ladder here. So Shona and Zor side by side for second. Side effects just behind. Cheese struggling to get on the ladder. There's Magic Monkey creeps on in front. We've got side effects, Diamond Swords and Ryder just in front of them. The little gap back to Dom and Nick. And it looks like we've lost McWave and Wood from this jump. So that is another 2 DNFs already. We'll have to keep an eye on people coming over this jump here. See if we lose anyone else. It looks like Akane is off after such a strong start. They've gone off on the jump. So the front runners already making their way through. Crimson fighting with diamond swords here. Both of them going to get into that shortcut, into the big obstacle zone. Ryder's also going to get it. Stone's going to miss out. So our front runners are making their way through the obstacles. If we go further back and see where the other positions are, Cheese getting through the shortcut there in front of Magic, pushing Spacek out. School of Thugs dropping down into that ladder, will lose a lot of time there. Boer getting overtaken by Quack, Barto just behind. Got Snorker taking the shortcut, it's going to cut in. Demon with a bounce backwards after the shortcut there, will not get past anyone on that corner, but we'll take the shortcut to get past James there and also get past Jake and Stanky. We're battling with Stanky through the obstacles, Jake coming down the outside line. Gonna gain some positions back, collide with Quack, who's fighting with Barto, who's going to gain a position. Jake's going to get past both of them, trying to get in front of Muffin, but doesn't work. It doesn't quite get on the ladder either. So Stormy asking if they fell off. No, you are currently making your way through the obstacles. Just behind T-Dub, Alice having some trouble there, getting helped out by Creeper Carol. Minnie's going to come through, Westport coming through as well. Alice and Minnie both missing out on the ladder there. Carol missing out on that entrance, Baz bouncing out. They've got Kutsi. School of Thugs is stuck in the obstacles, so they'll most likely end up a lap behind. Shax is making their way around the slower end here. That's coming out of the bowl onto the ladder. Zor with the fastest lap is taking a big lead here onto lap 2. Diamond Sword's quite a bit behind with Crimson and Mario. Then we have Ryder. Then a bit of a gap back to the middle bunch as we have Dom and Just in Time getting on side by side. Side effects Stanky and Cheese side by side. Then Nick on their own. Demon with a bad bounce. Stormy's going to join Demon, Shona and Boer on the ladder there. Then we have Andrew, and then just below we have Barto, Alice and Pesky Bird fighting to stay in the points, as we see Zor already making their way over the bridge in the background. Diamond Swords over the jump. Mario just in front of Crimson. Crimson's up on the wall here, but dropping back in, they're not going to run off. That has lost them a lot of time, meaning Ryder is able to gain. See Just in Time and Dom coming around now over the jump, followed by Side Effects Stanky and Cheese, who are going to get past Dom. Then we have Nick, Jake, Stormy, Demon and Boer. Demon getting a pass on Stormy there. Going into the bowl with a big hit. Boer's going to push Stormy almost straight into the hole there. This does mean without any contact, Stormy could get a good run back down into the middle. They'll be looking to get in on this run around unless they get hit. Just narrowly missing out there, but they do collide with the group there. I think it was Alice there with that collision. But that has pushed Stormy in, so Stormy's dropping in just behind Crimson and Boer. That was a big position gain for Stormy. So they've moved up into a fight for third, potentially even second. If they can beat Zor down as well, they could actually get into first here. But it looks like Zor's going to drop down. Crimson's actually already dropped down. So Crimson now taking the lead away from Zor after that big that big lead they had. So Crimson making a big lead now. See Stormy coming over the jump in third. Carol is off in the background. Diamond Swords side by side with Stormy here. They'll be fighting for third, coming off the ladder. Cheese coming down next. Straight clean entry onto the ladder there for Cheese. Then Dom just behind, just in time, flying through with a lot of speed. He's going to rebound out of the ladder. So Ryder and Nick are going to come in. Ryder's going to get on alongside just in time. Shady and Andrew get on while Nick bounces backwards and doesn't quite make it on. Quack bouncing, Space Comet tucking in nicely. Quack gets blocked out by side effects. So while everyone else is making their way through to this ladder, we'll go watch the battle up at the front here. So Stormy's going to get in the shortcut and take that from Diamond Swords, fortunately making that second jump as well, not dropping into this area which takes you to the ladder and slows you down. They're going to look to take this shortcut as well to gain some time on Zor. Bad landing though is going to slow them down. Crimson has freed School of Thugs, is making their way down, extending that lead even more. So Crimson getting onto the ladder. School of Thugs could potentially hold up Zor. Zor with the bounce off the ladder there. Does not get a clean entry. Stormy fighting once again with Diamond Swords here. Stormy's going to look to go on the inside. It's got themselves a bit stuck, but does get free, losing that spot to Diamond Swords. Cheese gaining time on Stormy. Stormy does manage to hop on the ladder there alongside Diamond Swords, getting there just in time. Then Cheese on, Shady not quite making it. Then we have Nick, Andrew, Dom and just in time fighting side by side. Baz and Ryder fighting side by side with Quack coming through the outside. Skyline, Muffin, Mini, T-Dub, Side Effects, Space Comet. A big group here in the middle, all just fighting for positions. Barto, Mario, Shona, Jake. And then back a little bit to Space Egg, Stanky and Buddo. It looks like TJ is off. Have we lost anyone else? It does not look like it. Alice getting pushed into the slower route here. So they will lose quite a bit of time. So we see Cutsy and Westport going through the shortcut, and Shaq's way off in the back at the moment. So up in front, Cheese has come through to take the lead over Zor and Crimson. Shady has managed to come through as well. Strong position gains by Shady there, taking the fastest lap, getting in front of Stormy. Diamond Swords dropping down a bit side by side with our back runner School of Thugs, who is a lap down as we are halfway through this race. Baz dropping straight through the middle, is going to gain quite a few positions and move up to 6th. Skyline dropping down with 7th. Space Comet gaining loads of positions there, up to 8th. Just dropping in past everyone. Then Dom coming through 9th. Andrew 10th. Stanky with a good drop down there is going to move to 11th. Jake coming through with 12th. And then Muffin, Barto and SpaceX side by side running down to the ladder. Just in time is off. That'll be a DNF for just in time. They were in the points, and unfortunately going off at the ladder knocks them out of the points and out of this race. So it's down to the bowl again. Diamond Swords with a bump on Crimson. Cheese holding the lead coming into this bowl, but can they keep it on the way out? It's all about getting the best angles here. You see more people coming across the bridge. There'll be less collisions in the bowl, which will mean slightly less adjustments to positions with the bowls. So it'll be all about how you get into the bowl. If you can bump someone, it can help slow you down, get you in sooner. Cheese spinning into the next bowl. So we get a bit of an overview look here to cover both bowls. Stormy with a good drop there, just missing the exit hole, but does drop in and takes first. Flying up to the ladder. Stormy moving into first there, will get on the ladder, securing that first place onto the ladder there. Cheese looks like they're dropping a few positions, losing time on this bowl as Diamond Swords now dropping in for second. Cheese will need to start making their way towards the hole to try and keep top three, as they do. So Cheese going to the ladder in third. Space Egg just behind. And Zor with a big rebound though, so Cheese and Space Egg will be side by side. Big bounce by Skyline, will be quite a bit of time lost there. Zor, Space Comet side by side, Baz and Shady all getting onto the ladder. Skyline will have to go just below. Shady dropping a few positions to 9th, but still holding that fastest lap for the point. Then Stanky and School of Thugs side by side. So we still have people in this bowl down below. They'll be hoping for some DNFs up at the top to try and get up into the points. So Stormy trying to make a breakaway here in first, already in the obstacle zone. Diamond Swords missing the shortcut as well, so Stormy's lead will just keep growing. Further back we have the battle going on for third between Cheese and Space Egg. Cheese currently holding that third position. Then Zor, Baz, Space Comet and Shady fighting for the top 5. So Space is going to leap in front of Cheese there with the shortcut. Zor's going to miss the shortcut, meaning Space Comet's going to come through and take that position. Baz will do the same, actually bouncing Zor off the obstacle. Shady also coming through. We'll be fighting side by side with Zor here through the obstacles. Cheese maybe getting past here, as we see Baz coming through the outside. But Cheese does hold that position, holds 4th onto the ladder. Baz giving a bad bounce to Zor, so Zor gets set back, being joined by Shady. Then Space Comet, School of Thugs and Skyline both bouncing off the ladder, giving Stanky a chance to get on, but getting blocked out by School of Thugs. So Stanky will be joining the ladder just below. Then Minnie and Quack side by side. Further back, Snorker is stuck, Ryder is stuck. So they are stuck and will be hoping to be set free by someone. Mario setting Snorker free. But Barto's going to get an overtake on Snorker and gain a position from it. Side effects setting Ryder free. So still a bit of a group up in the middle field here. So if you look further back, it looks like we have a couple of people on the slower route. We have Westport, Demon and Boer have all fallen into the longer route round. So that'd be very costly for them. Meanwhile, up at the front, Stormy trying to break away further with that lead. Space Egg taking the fastest lap away from Shady. Baz in second. Diamond Swords and Space Egg will be fighting for third. Stormy already heading to the bridge. And into the first bowl. So we are only just seeing Baz in second coming down to the first jump and the first corner as we are on lap 4. So Space Egg just ahead of Diamond Swords coming up to the bridge. Diamond Swords colliding with Baz could slow Diamond Sword down here and allow them to get a quicker drop into the central hole, but it won't be enough to beat Stormy, it doesn't look like, as Stormy is already approaching that middle area. We see Quack closely followed by Cheese. Space Comet not far behind either, dropping into the bowl. Cheese colliding with Skyline. T-Dub dropping in with a big rebound off Baz. Means T-Dub's actually gets sent straight down into the middle. So that's a big gain by T-Dub. Oh, and Stormy has gone off and is floating on what seems to be a bit of a protective invisible wall there. So I think Stormy has gone off on this top bowl. So we'll have to see if that invisible wall ends. That obviously keeping people safe when they go over the bridge. But it looks like this could be a DNF for Stormy, unfortunately, after such a strong race. And T-Dub flying up into first. Space Egg second, Dinosaur's third. Zor fourth, Baz fifth. Looks like Stormy might be back on the move. Stormy is back on the track, fortunately falling off that protective wall, so they are back in the race. However, losing a lot of positions there, losing that massive lead up at the front, but still in the race, still a chance. So T-Dub now with the big lead over at the obstacle area. Space Egg will be avoiding the shortcut this time around. Diamond Swords will jump through it, taking second. Baz also coming through will take a position from Zor. Then we have Skyline. Then further down, Jake and Quack side by side, followed by Pesky Bird. Then School of Thugs, Andrew, Cheese, Nick and Shady on the ladder. T-Dub already making their way up the final ladder. Diamond Swords coming through the obstacles in second. Space Egg is stuck, but Zor is going to help them out there, but we'll take the position from them. Baz has now got themselves stuck as well, balancing on that triangle. So Zor will move up to third, and they get a clean entrance onto the ladder as well. So they'll hold that third spot. Baz getting freed by Skyline. You see Jake and Quack entering the obstacle zone, Pesky Bird just behind. Nick's going to jump through the shortcut to try and gain some pace. We'll now be fighting in that group for position. Shady jumping through in front of Andrew. Cheese going to be taking the longer route. School of Thugs unfortunately going up the long route, which will set them back quite a bit. So as we look further back here, Stormy is on the ladder just in front of Side Effects. So Stormy's still actually in the points after that disaster. There's still a chance to gain some points here. So up at the front, T-Dub. Lead has actually been reduced slightly there. Diamond Swords isn't too far behind. There's a bit of a gap, but it has shrunk. Zor in third. Big bump there between Skyline, Space Egg and Baz. Could shake up the positions here. Looks like Skyline's going to be dropping down, just narrowly missing it. Should get on this swing around in less Space Egg bumps than they do. Because Skyline is pushed out wide, Space Egg drops down to secure the fourth. Nick's going to steal a few positions as well. Takes the fastest lap, moving up to fifth. And then Skyline dropping down after that bump in sixth. Cheese will collide with Andrew there. Crimson with a very clean entry straight through the middle. Crimson actually a lap down here. So Baz in 7th, Jake in 8th. Quack also apparently a lap down. So Andrew in 9th. Shady 10th. Pesky Bird also a lap down. Mario Hunter is off. Cheese in 11th. So we've got a couple of people here a lap down. Don't remember seeing them get lapped. I don't know if there's a shortcut skip somewhere. But we do have a few people that have missed out on a lap. Looks like Mini is off as well. Stanky in 18th. So also a lap down by the looks of things. I think Stanky has missed a checkpoint somewhere here. So it looks like there is a checkpoint that is being missed by some of the racers around this area. So Side Effect 17th, Alice 18th. As we make our way back through to the front runners, we have T-Dub and Zor circling here. Space Egg struggling in the pipe, does get free. T-Dub going to take first here. No, Diamond Swords is actually still in first. Diamond Swords is up ahead. So Diamond Swords in first, T-Dub in second. Baz, Zor, and Nick. Nick flying straight onto the ladder there will take the spots from Baz and Zor. Skyline just behind. So we have Jake, Crimson, Quack, Andrew and Shady in the top bowl. Crimson going over the jump heading to the ladder. We'll have a big bounce backwards, but no threat from anyone else. Meanwhile, towards the front, Diamond Sword's already coming to the last ladder. It also we've got Dazza stuck in the obstacle zone. That'll put them a lap behind. T-Dub making their way through the S-bends. Got Baz and Zol fighting for position. No one taking that shortcut. Skyline taking the shortcut. Bit of a bounce there, but it does pay off. T-Dub jumping into the obstacle zone with the ramp. So does Nick and Skyline. Baz and Zor doing the same. So Crimson with the shortcut use there. Shady would do the same. Crimson looking to gain on Space Egg here. Space Egg with a bad bounce gives Crimson a chance. Crimson going for the overtake, makes it work, but will it stick through the obstacles? Looks like Space Egg's getting the better route through. Crimson sticking to the outside. Both of them are side by side as they drop down towards the ladder. And they're on the ladder side by side. So Diamond Sword's already coming through to the final lap of the race in first. T-Dub just dropping off the final ladder, heading towards the last bowl to take second. Nick dropping in third, still holding that fastest lap. Skyline with a big position gain there, also helping Nick out. So Skyline taking second, Nick dropping down in that third spot. So T-Dub losing a couple of positions here with a bump on Zor there, helps them drop in, pushing Zor wide, keeping them going around. Crimson with a good entry there, but will collide with Baz, pushing Baz in to gain on Zorb with a bounce, will not get on the ladder alongside them. So Crimson looking to drop down here. drop through and down to the ladder. Shady is going to be fighting with Space Egg in the bowl. As we will go and have a quick look further back and see what is going on further back in the pack. So we've got Quack and Andrew side by side. We have Side Effects, followed by Alice and Magic. Then we've got School of Thugs, Pesky Bird and Shona. Of course, a few of these are a lap down. Snorker, Cutsy, Space Comet. Got West Pork 17th, Cheese 18th. Just missing out on the ladder entry there. It's looking like Stormy has dropped out of the points now. Barto just hanging on to the points in 20th. It's got Ryder and Dom coming out of the obstacle. Then we've got Budo, Bwer and Stormy towards the back. Then Shax even further back. We make our way up to the front again. Diamond Swords in the top bowl. Skyline just dropping in. Down below we have Nick, T-Dub, Zor, Crimson and Baz. Shady just coming over the bridge. T-Dub dropping down into the top bowl. Diamond Swords will be looking to drop down first and keep a hold of that lead. They do over the jump. They bounce off the ladder, but with this strong lead, not losing them too much time. Skyline coming through now in second, a massive bounce off the ladder. But it gets on not too far behind Diamond Swords here. It does have a chance to maybe get up into that top spot. Nick with a good entry onto the ladder as well. Also in with a shot to try and take the lead away from Diamond Swords if they get a good final run through this last half a lap. Baz a bit further back in fourth. Then we have T-Dub coming through in fifth. Now back up at the bowl. Zor dropping down a lap behind. Space Air coming through to drop down in sixth. Jake looks like they got a good run towards the middle here. Can they cut in enough? They do. Head down towards the ladder. Did they get on? They did not, but they are just behind Space Egg here. So we'll go up to the front here as we're coming round to the final section of the last lap of this race. Diamond Swords heading down to the ladder with a strong lead. Skyline currently in second, Nick in third, Baz in fourth. So relatively big gaps between these front runners at the moment. Baz looking to try and gain some time on Nick here though. Maybe try and make a late pass into the top three. Skyline on the ladder, Nick closely followed by Baz. Can Nick get a good... There they do, they get onto the ladder successfully. A good entrance onto the ladder. Baz, not so good. So it could all come down to how people fall into this final bowl for these front runners. So Diamond Swords dropping into the bowl here with a very good exit as well, making quick work of that bowl. Will take the lead here on today's race. Diamond Swords taking the win with a very good final few laps. Now Skyline will be looking to try and hold second, with Nick just behind, still holding the fastest lap point. Gets the drop in over Skyline as well, holding the fastest lap and taking second. That'll be a bonus point on top of a good high scoring point position. Skyline circling with Baz. Skyline will need to drop in soon T-Dub just missing Skyline. Skyline drops in to secure 3rd place. So Baz securing 4th. Zor's going to steal a position from T-Dub, but falling off the track. Oh, they were a lap down, but Zor DNFing from this race. Thought they were coming through to steal that position there, but they were a lap down, so T-Dub does take 5th. Space they're going to be dropping in to look at the 6th position. With Pesky Bird only just dropping off the ladder and also being a lap behind, not much to worry about for Space Egg currently. Although Jake and Shone are now coming through, neither of them getting the best of drops. Jake with a good rebound though, thanks to Shone. I mean, Jake's going to sneak that 6th position away from Space Egg. Space Egg will be pushed down to 7th. Cheese dropping in here alongside Shona. Shona's going to try and hold that 8th spot. Quack a lap down. So it looks like Shona will hold 8th. They do. Shona takes 8th. James with a position gain there, 2 positions, up to 9th. Cheese very close to the edge here, just avoiding Quack, drops down to take 10th. Magic dropping in for 11th. Shady getting bumped by Snorker. That might have been costly for Shady as School of Thugs comes through, unfortunately a lap behind. Shady dropping in now, taking 12th. It's between Andrew and Snorker here. Snorker dropping in first, Side Effects coming through as well to steal some spots there. So Snorker 13th, Side Effects 14th, Andrew 15th, Andrew then falling off after finishing the race. So between Budo, Space Comet and Ryder now. Barto joining the mix, colliding with Budo. And Westport dropping in as well. This is our last 3 point scoring positions. Kutsi comes through a lap behind though, no worry for these front runners. Budo's going to secure 16th. These are the final few crucial points. Dazza dropping in, Westport drops through 17th, Space Comet 18th, Ryder 19th. Stormy has joined the mix, but it looks like Barto will be looking to get that 20th spot in the last point position. Circling round they do, they take the final point position. Dazza dropping through now, just missing out on any points in this race. Stormy, with a very unfortunate series of events, will also be missing out on points. As you saw, Shax dropping through there. So Stormy now crossing the line. So we're going to see what is happening further back. We're on the ladder, looks like Dom and Demon are both side by side stuck in the obstacles. So while we wait for everyone else to finish, we'll go and view our winner, and our winner is actually off in the rocks here. So it won't be very interesting, but here is our winner of today's race, just chilling out in the shade under the rocks as James comes over to join as well. So an interesting race, a lot of excitement, a lot of things happening. I like to say Stormy with a very strong lead, losing out completely with a bad ball off one of the bowls. Crimson also with a very good start to this race and finishing outside of the points. And here are the current standings. So Jake in the top spot. Diamond Swords making some gains with today's performance. In second, 153 points. Stanky in third with 145. TJ fourth, tied with Stormy with 125 points. They're just outside of the top 3. Carol with 122. Just in Time and Space Comet tied with 121 points. Nick with 120. Then Akane, Mini and Shady all tied in the 10th spot with 119 to make up the top 10. Below that we have Demon just behind by 1 point. Then Crimson, Space Egg tied. And T-Dub, Andrew, Skyline, James, School of Thugs, Side Effects, Cutsy, Pesky Bird, Wood and Logan. So that makes up our top 25 after today's race. So Stormy's still trying to fight up in that top 5. We need to start picking up some points again. Today's race, if they had won, would have been very big in regards to points. Would have put them, don't think they would have been quite first, but it would have put them in the top 3. They would have been at least second, potentially third. But unfortunately missing out on points today. Wood is starting to drop with the DNF today not helping. Down 24th, very close to the bottom of our top 25. Diamond Swords, of course, pushing up with a good result today. Up into second. Jake still trying to hold on to that top spot as we go through to our final 4 races. So that is it for today's race. There will be another race later today. That will be tonight at midnight UK time. But that is it for this race. So I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.